You're a member of a very prominent tennis-playing family and a long association with Fitzwilliam. Tell us about that.
Well, I've been a member of Fitzwilliam for about 40-something years. I joined in '69. My father was a member, I'd say, from the 40s. My brother was, I have two brothers who are members currently. So we do have a long association with Fitzwilliam, I have to say, yes.
And you're married to Listy, who's also quite a well-known tennis player around the traps.
I did see that on the report. She'd be delighted to hear that. She wouldn't have been kind of a tournament player, but yeah, proficient enough.
And you've shown great resilience, longevity, winning in 3 decades.
Yes.
And at Carrickmines.
Yes. Unusual, I suppose. The very end of the 60s, '69, twice in the 70s. I can't tell you what the years were, but Eddie French probably would know. And the last time in '83, I think it was. So.
And you had an association with the Olympic Games.
I did. I was captain of the, manager probably rather than captain of a side. We qualified in the doubles. That year we haven't, I don't know that we've qualified ever since. I don't think so. It was '88 in Seoul. Owen Casey and Owen Collins played in the doubles against 2 Israelis, and I'm afraid lost in the first round, but it was quite an occasion.
As I imagine might have been the time you met John McEnroe and Arthur Ashe.
Yeah, I didn't meet, I think that's incorrect in the form. I didn't meet Ashe, I have to say. I did meet McEnroe. It's not a person I particularly liked. And he doesn't talk very much to ordinary people. He talked a lot to Matt Doyle, who was a member of the Davis Cup side when we played the States in '83 in Ballsbridge in the RDS. He did talk to Doyle, because I remember him saying that he felt he had more right to play for Ireland than Matt did. So, because Matt was 3rd generation, I think McEnroe was 1st or 2nd. So he had a sense of humour. But,
well, he certainly didn't take his Irish charm with him, did he?
He's a talker now. He's pretty good on the television and
in his commentary capacity.
But I think he's mellowed.
Yeah.
He wasn't a person I particularly liked in those days. But,
he was famous for an expression, "You cannot be serious."
Yes, he had a serious temperament problem, as I did myself, so I had a lot of sympathy with him in that regard.
Well, by profession you're a barrister, so surely you must be disciplined in controlling your temper.
I was disciplined in court. I wasn't disciplined on court. That's quite a difference.
Tell me about your association with Carrickmines then, Jim.
As I say, I played here first in '69, and I won it the first year I played in it. I played Jim Buckley in the final. I don't remember the final very well, but I do remember I used to come up from Dundalk on the train to Amiens Street, which is Connolly now, and try to get out here, this was really out in the country in those days. It probably still is considered by people who live in central Dublin, out in the country, but I used to get a bus out here. As I say, I don't remember the final very well, but I do remember playing Paul Fitzsimons in the quarterfinal, because I wasn't seeded and he was, and I saved 15 match points.
Wow.
Yeah, Paul remembers it too, but I do remember that vividly. As I say, I don't remember the '70s too well. I did win it twice, and I lost it I think I was in the final about 4 other times and losing. I lost to Peter Ledbetter, I lost to Kevin Menton, who was a good player in those days, particularly good grass court player. I loved Carrickmines because playing on those wonderful croquet lawns, it's just to die for if you were brought up on grass courts, as I was in Dundalk. So it was, and I would still love to play on those courts. They look, even in the conditions that we have today, they look fantastic, and I'm sorry I won't be out there. But.
Well, you're welcome anytime. Jim McArdle, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you very much.